Hello everyone, I hope you all are having a great day. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the webinar on Introduction to Zoho Cliq's low-code developer platform and its components. Before we dive into the webinar about a platform, let's cover the fundamentals. What is a developer platform? It is essentially a self-service layer that allows you to interact independently and alter the flow of an organization's delivery setup. Now that's just a textbook definition, and I'm sure I lost the interest of most people. Let's tackle this in a simpler way. A developer platform is a set of tools that help you modify an application or software based on your needs and workflow. Some platforms have such enormous potential that after enough tinkering, it might actually feel like a completely different application. Consider the software that you use as a big Lego set. A good developer platform provides you with infinite extra blocks that you can add to the set, thereby changing how you play with it any way you want. We know what a developer platform is. Now why should you go with the low-code developer platforms? What is low-code exactly? As the name suggests, it is a software development approach that requires little coding knowledge to build applications and processes. Coding as we know it is tedious. Not all people are experts in coding. Even people who have some knowledge about it know only a couple of different programming languages. This is the reason the low-code approach for platforms is quite popular, because they make the coding part basic, so even a user with amateur coding experience can utilize the power of the platform without spending weeks or even months learning the ins and outs of the programming language. Now that we have a basic understanding of what a developer platform is, let's take a dive into Zoho Cliq's developer platform and what makes it a good choice. First things first, a good developer platform should be effective, that it provides a wide variety of tools and options for the user to use. Yet it should also be simple, so even users with little coding knowledge can utilize its power. The Cliq developer platform is one of the few low-code options out there that balances efficiency and utility in a great way. It's built right on top of Cliq and helps simplify your workflow. It can connect to any third-party application on the cloud of your choice and helps automate day-to-day activities. It also saves your time by centralizing your notifications and alerts using internal components like bots, schedulers, commands, and much more. Now why should you go with Cliq's developer platform? There are several reasons why you should choose Cliq. First, it is low-code. Low-code in the sense it is powered by Deluge. Deluge, or data-enriched language for the universal grid environment, is Zoho's proprietary scripting language. The advantage of using a scripting language over a programming language is that they are easy to learn, less time-consuming, and have more functionality. Deluge is as user-friendly as they come. It is a function as a service, that is, it is serverless and is a cloud offering that allows developers to upload chunks of code onto the cloud, which can then be scaled automatically. Cliq is also serverless. Usually when you automate something, you have to write all your code on a server of your own. Then you have to connect the application to said server using webhooks or some other means. Here you have the problem of having to maintain your server, like taking care of its uptime and paying for it. You also have the problem of having to switch between the application and the server to make any changes to the automation. But it is in the Cliq platform, you don't have to worry about all these things because all the code that you write is stored directly on the cloud. It is a complete serverless platform, so you don't have to worry about the server maintenance and cost. Cliq is also a client-independent platform. Once you write the code for your developer platform, it is available for use in the browsers of any platform like Windows, Mac, or Android. Listed here are the different components and internal tools present in the Cliq developer platform. We'll take a look at each of them in detail. However, before we go into detail about the components, let's take a look at Message Builder. Cliq is basically a messaging platform. Since messaging is the primary mode of communication in most cases, chances are you will be constructing messages for quite some time. Cliq has different styles and templates with which you can customize your message. But to type in the code for the different styles and buttons is a hassle. This is where the message builder comes in clutch. All you have to do is to access the message builder is go to cliq.zoho.com/message builder. It has a really user-friendly graphical interface, and all you have to do, you can see that all you have to do is choose the theme and basic information, and you can preview the message in real time. The best part is the message builder generates the code for the message that you build, so you don't have to type the code. All you have to do is copy the code and use it into your integration. The first tool that we're going to take a look at is function. Functions are just structured pieces of code that are stored. They can be triggered to perform an action by clicking a button or submitting a form. The point of functions is to simplify workflows so that your code is divided into pieces and not just a complete mess where it takes a long time to figure out which code does which. Imagine you have a couple of code that you want to execute at specific times, like clicking on a button in a form. Instead of writing the code for it at the place of execution, you can create a function which gets invoked and then runs the code on pressing the button. Databases. As the name suggests, databases are used to store data. They're a native solution, which means they have improved performance and reliability compared to relying on third-party storage services. Due to their complete integration with Cliq, they're the perfect storage solution for data from other integrations. Due to their high performance, it is possible to perform CRUD operations on the data with easy access. Schedulers are used to perform certain actions on a scheduled basis. These are configurable components that are helpful in automating repetitive day-to-day tasks. The schedulers in Cliq can be configured for repeated execution, be it daily, weekly, or monthly. Let's try creating a scheduler which runs every day at 10 a.m. and checks for the birthdays of your colleagues and sends a birthday wish to them from you. First, you need to create a database that stores the birthdays of your colleagues. To do that, click on your profile picture, go to Bots and Tools, click on Databases, and create database. Let's say the unique name of our database is the birthdays. Click on Save and Edit field. Now we need a text field that contains the email of our colleague. Click on Mandatory. We need a number field which contains the date. We need another text field that contains the month. Now we have our birthday database. Click on View Database. Now if you click on plus icon, you can add a new record. Let's say my friend Scott Fisher has his birthday today. Let's say it's 28th of March. Click on Insert. Now we have his data in the birthday database. Let's try creating a scheduler which wishes him a happy birthday. Click on Scheduler. Click on Create Scheduler. Birthday wisher. Click on Save and Edit. Oh, before that, it should be daily, and let's say it occurs at 10 a.m. Click on Save. Now let's try editing the code. Let's say Scott Fisher. Now for this code that I already have the code here in my PDF. All I have to do is copy and paste it here. You can see that Cliq uses Deluge as its programming language. Deluge, which is Zoho's proprietary scripting language, can handle any task a developer may throw at it. With built-in wrappers and a powerful execution engine, it is one of the fastest and most flexible scripting languages available. You don't have to worry about the coding part of this webinar if you don't have prior coding knowledge, because all the code that I'm copying and using here will be shared with you in the post-webinar email that I mentioned at the start, so you can also try this at home. Now, if you look at the coding part, there's nothing really complex going on here, because at the start, we have two variables, date and month, which has the date and month of today's date, and this whole thing is just fetching the data from the database. To get that, you need to go to the database. Click on Databases. If you click on its name, you can see that we have sample scripts to add and fetch records. All you have to do is copy here and paste it here, and change the criteria according to your use case. And here in the for each loop, we have a Zoho Cliq posted user task. This task just posts the user a message directly from my user account. Now let's try saving and executing. We can see that the scheduler executed and I wished him a happy birthday. Now this scheduler is going to run every day at 10 a.m. and it's going to check the database for anyone whose birthday, if anyone's birthday matches with today's date, it's going to make a wish from my account to them. Now you never have to worry about forgetting to wish your colleagues anymore. Next up, we have forms. Forms in Cliq are used to collect multiple inputs from a user in one go. They are better alternatives for conversational input as the data collected is more structured. These forms are invoked as a response to actions such as clicking on a button. The next component that we're going to see are bots. Think of bots as handy assistants who help in automating your simple daily activities. There can be a conversational interface, thereby replacing the need for human input about common queries and alerts. They have various handlers which are used to tackle specific actions. For example, the welcome handler is used to welcome a new user when they first subscribe to the bot, and the message handler is used to provide customized replies to messages which satisfy specific conditions, thereby making the conversation less mechanical and more lively. Speaking of alerts, they can also connect to third-party services to provide the user with automated alerts instantaneously in real time. Widgets are plugins that are used to display information in a type of home page view. They are highly customizable in the way they display said information and support custom actions such as buttons. They also support a wide range of textual and visual elements that further enhance the data displayed. Now let's say there is a support channel on which the user posts their complaints. There can be multiple complaints in which some might be lost as more complaints come in. Thus, to tackle this problem, let's create a bot which will automatically reply to the user and save the complaint to a database. Let's also create a widget which will host the data from the database for the support personnel to keep track of all the complaints. Let's go to database and let's create a database where people can store the queries from a support channel for future reference. Let's say it's complaint DB. Click on save and edit fields. Now we need a text field that's going to contain the complaint. And say they added default value null. Okay, save. Now we need another number field which is going to contain the added time. And say the default value 0. Make this field mandatory. Click on save. Click on save fields. Let's try creating a bot. It's a complaint bot. I'm going to add channel participation so we can add the bot to the channel and click on save bot. Now here, like I mentioned earlier, you can see that the bot has various handlers like welcome handler, message handler, etc. What we need now is a participation handler. This participation handler will define how the bot should listen to and respond to messages shared in a conversation. Let's try clicking on edit code. You can see that in the normal syntax, we can see that all it does when it's added to a channel, it's supposed to say I'm to a participant of this case. Now let's try saving the bot, saving that use case, and let's try creating a channel and adding the bot there. Click on plus, create a channel. There's no complaints channel. post your complaints here. Now that we have created a channel, let's try adding the bot here. Click on add participants and search for support bot. Click enter. Add bot to the channel, and you can see that it says I'm too a participant of this chat. Now let's go and paste the code that we have. For the bot, just copy the code here. Paste it here and click on save. Now let's try if the bot actually works. Let's go to complaints channel. Now let's say the coffee machine is broken. Now you can see that the support bot replies to the complaint that it has been recorded and will be addressed soon. If you can look at the data, look at the code. There's nothing complex going on here. Again, there's an if case where if there's a new message sent, it's gonna take the text of that message and put it in a text variable. It creates a new map, and it takes the time when the text was added and puts it in a added time, and it's just gonna create the record in the database, the complaint database, and it also puts a response that the complaint has been recorded and will be addressed soon. Now that the bot has worked, let's see if it has actually added the record in the complaint database. Let's try going to the database. Click on profile picture, bots and tools, databases, the complaints database. Now we can see that the complaint has been added and there is an added time. Now the support personnel in the chat cannot go to the integrations tab and click on view database every single time to check on all the complaints. To make their jobs easier, let's create a widget. This widget is gonna create widget. This widget is going to display all the information in the database here. So let's create a name for the widget. It's gonna be complaints widget. Displays all the complaints. Click on create. Now you can see for default it's just going to return an empty map. Delete that. We have the code for that. Copy this, paste it here. You can see that this is just it's an empty list of elements, and it has a title which is going to be the list of all complaints. It's getting the records from the complaint database and puts it in a response map, and we're gonna iterate for the value of I, and for each complaint in the database we're gonna get a serial number as I and the query as a complaint. And for every complaint we're gonna add the complaint to each row, and this is just the display elements. Click on save. Now let's check if the widget is working. Go to widgets, click on complaints widgets, proceed to allow. Now you can see that the complaint has been added here. Let's try adding another complaint. Let's say printer is out of ink. Now this is added. Let's check the widget. Now we can see that there's another complaint added that the printer is out of ink. Now the whole support query logging system is working. Next up is the slash command. Slash commands are great time-saving shortcuts used to perform tasks. You can initiate them directly from the chat window by just typing in / and entering the command name. For example, you can create a / command to perform your everyday task right from the chat window at the press of a few buttons. Let's say you have a channel in which new users join pretty consistently. You want to welcome them to the channel to make the channel lively and not let any of them feel left out. Let's say an average of 10 users join the channel per day. You cannot be bothered to welcome each and every one of them. So to automate that, let's create a / command that will automatically welcome them when you use it. Now let's create a channel. Create a new channel. Personal. Let's say it's a marketing channel. Click. Let's say debates on marketing idea, new marketing ideas here. Click on create channel. Now let's create a / command. Click on bots and tools, click on / commands, click on create command. Let's say it's a welcomes, so / welcome welcomes a new user. It's going to be personal, and click on save and edit code. It's already taken, so / new user. If you check the normal code, let's just save the first code. Now let's choose the new channel, marketing channel. Okay, now if you use new user / new user, click on proceed to allow. You can see that it says hi Ryan West / commands or shortcuts to perform tasks. You can see that it takes my username, my first name, and then puts it dynamically in this text box. It says hi, my name is Ryan West, so it says hi Ryan West / commands or shortcuts to perform. Okay, let's cut everything, and let's create a welcome message in the message card builder. Let's go to configurator. I want the modern inline theme. Since it's going to be me who's sending the message, I'm not going to choose the message sender image and the message sender. Click on message. I'm going to say hi, welcome to the marketing channel. Now if you click on view code, go to click on view deluge script, copy the deluge script, paste it here. If you save it, let's try / new user. Now you can see that it posts an inline. You just have to click on post here. Now you see that it sends a welcoming message to in the channel without me having to typing the actual chat. Next up, we have message actions. As the name suggests, message actions perform actions on a message. Now it might sound a bit complicated, but you use message actions almost every day. Default actions such as forward, copy and reply to are all message actions because they perform a certain action on a message. Besides these default ones, you can also create custom actions that help you with your workflow, such as setting reminders. All the components that we saw till now can be bundled together to form an extension. The components bundled can be selected based on the user or client requirements. You can share your components in the marketplace only by bundling them into an extension. Other extensions along with connections which are used to connect with third-party applications will be explained in the second webinar. That's all for the explanation of internal components of Zoho Cliq platform. Thank you for attending our webinar and see you soon.